episode you are going to get every single tip and guide if you are a first timer. Now the first question in our minds is how to reach Leh. We take a flight from Delhi to Leh, and these were the amazing views we saw from our flight. We ate something in our flight, and the flight was about 1 hour 30 minutes long. Then we reached Leh. We got acclimatized in our hotel Chospa, which is a very good hotel. Then in the evening, as we didn't want to sit idle, we went to do some shopping. Then we started with a day 2 going to Leh Palace. We didn't climb up at a height as it was too much high, but we got a beautiful view of the city. Then we visited the Shanti Stupa. As stay only, it's a very quiet place. Now this bit of information. Here and there around the stupa we clicked some pics. While going towards our car, we saw a beautiful view of the city, and nearby was a restaurant, so we rested there and had some tea and coffee. Lying at a distance of around 30 kilometers from Leh, there is a magnetic hill which we visited. It is marked by a yellow signboard which reads the phenomenon that defies gravity. Then we went to Gurudwara Pathar Sahib, where we prayed to God. Then we set off for Zansar in the Sangam Point, which was a very scenic point of two rivers, blue and green, Zansar and Indus meeting. Then we visited the museum, and we love to share these bits with you. Then we visited the war memorial there in the museum itself. Before we could start our day, we checked out from our hotel Chospa. Day 3 came in front of us, so we went to Khadungla Pass on day 3. We clicked a few photos with snow. The snowy mountains were amazing. As we climbed up, we began to feel more cold. Then we clicked some pictures here and there around our path, as we couldn't believe our eyes. Then we went to Khadungla Pass, the world's highest, mightiest, crowded pass. Then we descended down towards the sand dunes and then did a sand safari. In the sand safari, we were also provided a guide to help us out how to drive a sand safari. He said even children can drive a sand safari. The sand safari ride was a bumpy first time experience and a fun, super duper cool experience for us. Then we went to an monastery. We didn't climb up high. We spun some prayer wheels which meant Om Mani Padme Ho. We then rested in our hotel and set out for a camel ride in the sand dunes on a 2-hump camel. It was a good ride, but I loved the sand dunes. They were placed in a good location. Between the mountains we were and below us were the sand dunes. So day 3 came to an end. Day 4 then came near us. We checked out from our hotel and went to a monastery, Skuara. There we spun a big red prayer wheel. Then we headed off to an army cafeteria. There we rested and had some samosa spring roll, which was a new dish for us. Then we set off for India-Pakistan border. On our way in this river was flowing along us, so we couldn't wait to click a few pictures there also. Then through this bridge we went through very narrow lanes and even met Ladakhi people to reach India-Pakistan border. Then we came to the last restaurant of India. We found out this interesting bit of information which we shared with you. We went through villages to go to an ancient palace of a king who explains how he had lived and how was his childhood and his olden times. We clicked a few pictures with the king and a misty pic, rather a family misty pic, and a few poster statues came on our way, so we clicked a few pictures here and there around our path. Then we took some more spring roll samosas as we liked them very much, and unexpectedly the weather became chilly, so we enjoyed eating them. We had fun. So we then returned to our hotel. So guys, we couldn't wait for our day 5 because we were visiting Ladakh's most famous lake, So Pangong. So means for lake. We clicked a few pictures within this river and a few big ponds that came on our way. We took halts as the journey was about 4 to 5 hours, but the scenic ride that was. We then went to an monastery of Lord Buddha. So the statue of Lord Buddha was placed on a circle-like thing, and below the circle was the place to spin the prayer wheels. Then we came to the seats of Pangong. Actually, they were from the Three Idiot movie, the Katrina Kapoor scooter. This was where we sat and took some pictures. The Pangong lake had 7 shades, from out of which we saw 3: dark blue, light blue, and green. The lake was almost frozen, we felt so, because it was too chilly and such a clean lake. Its positioning was the best because the mountains and just beside them was the lake. We tried to walk in the lake but failed to. The water was that cold. Then we checked in our cottage, but mostly in Pangong there are camps. We wondered how people used to survive in camps. It was so cold out there. The night was hard for us. The cottage was the best option we had got. We were digging into our woolens at night. Still, the night was hard for us. Then we started with the day 6 by going to Rozangla War Memorial. It was built in 1963 and is a symbol of courage and determination by our Indian soldiers. They sacrificed their lives to protect our country from China in 1962. We found out this bit of information in the War Memorial. We unexpectedly found a cafeteria in the War Memorial and ate our breakfast there. Then we passed a pass named Sagala. We were visiting Hanley then. We found a lake on our way and took a halt there. And I would like to tell you the climate in Leh is like the summers are comfortable, dry and mostly clear, and the winters are freezing, snowy and partly cloudy. And far away we could see snow-peaked mountains We took halts about of 15 minutes, and this was our driver, Doje uncle. And this was Mama waving us hello. And these were the views. Then we went to IAO. It is India's first dark sky preserve. And this is an observatory which is controlled from Bangalore. We from inside were allowed to go and see the telescope, but not through the telescope. The observatory was big. We then descended down towards our car, so we then directly visited our stay house, Hanley House. We in the evening drank some kava. We ate our dinner and then slept. And at 2 o'clock a.m. at night, we woke up to see the Milky Way galaxy. We thought our hands had already been frostbitten, but the views we saw were amazing. We thought Hallam was the best part of our trip. We then snuggled in our blankets. Then we started the day 7 by going to a monastery. We from there got a good view of the city and the amazing mountains. Then we said bye-bye to Hanley House and our host, who was very hospitable and kind to us. Then we saw a lake on our way and clicked a few pictures with ice. Then we saw a few streams flowing from the lake which we were going to visit, So Muriri. So we clicked a few pictures there also. Then we reached So Muriri. At So Muriri, we could see snow-peaked mountains behind the lake. We clicked a few pictures there also, and then we went to Leh, and on our way we saw Chumathang hot water springs. And these were the mountains view which we saw. Then we said bye-bye to our Dorje uncle. He was a very good driver. Then we started with our day 8. We went to Rancho's Cafe at Rancho School. Then we went to Thikse Monastery. We skipped Share Monastery as we didn't want to climb up. Then we went to Hemis Monastery, the largest monastery in Leh. Then we went to Indus Point and we went to our hotel as we had an early flight. Guys, we all have heard this famous quote. It's not the destination that matters. It's the journey that matters. So guys, you need to come and have a look at Leh because the view we saw can't be explained in words or pictures. Please do like, share and subscribe our video. Till now, bye bye and thank you.